Hey guys, Anime Green, the Green Flash, here on the Green Clan Studios. Today we're going to be starting off this new segment called Nostalgia Rush. Basically, similar to like how the Insane Game Freak used to do his like Nostalgia Rush, but he did it for American cartoons and things that he enjoyed while growing up. I'm going to kind of do something like that, but mainly for anime series only. So I'm going to be talking about a series that I grew up with or was from my childhood that's just so nostalgic. And in these videos, it's not going to be a review or recommendation, guys. It's basically just going to be us fanboying over certain aspects of the series or characters of the series that we found very entertaining. And through these type of videos, I hope other people will check out some older classics. Because we do love modern anime, of course, but sometimes I think some people skip over older animes because they think it's so old and it's outdated. But it's anime, guys. It could never be outdated. Well, sometimes the animation can, but the story and characters can never be outdated. So that's my personal opinion. I'll be doing mine to start things off because obviously I'm the leader, and I want to do something that's not Dragon Ball Z related because I know the next person, because each member is going to do this, guys. Eventually, like after 2-3 weeks, another member is going to do a Nostalgia Rush on their type of anime that they grew up with or is very nostalgic to them. But I don't want like 6 or 7 people doing Dragon Ball Z. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is amazing, but I want to have a little bit of diversity because I know not everybody grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I mean, of course I did, but there was other series as well at the same time that I was checking out. So to start things off, I won't be doing Dragon Ball Z. I'll let, probably Dead do that, or Hero, or, Artemis. I mean, we have a lot of big Dragon Ball Z fanboys, Merlin, a lot of them. So basically, I'll start things off with something different, but it's still a classic, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it for what it is. It is Yu Yu Hakusho. The one, the only, Yu Yu freaking Hakusho. Now, most people know this is my all-time favorite series because it is. I mean, shonen or not, it's still my favorite anime of all time. Just has a very special factor to it that's amazing, and I think it's mainly because the characters are very likable, and everything about the series is just perfection in my opinion. 112 episodes now. Like I said, it won't be a review because I have a review out for it. I'll annotate where you guys can check out the Green Clan Yu Yu Hakusho review of the entire series. But today, due to these nostalgic rushes, we're just going to mainly talk about things that we enjoyed so much from it from our childhood. What really captured me when I watched it for the first time as a kid was definitely the Spirit Gun, of course. I mean, I used to imitate that like everybody used to imitate the Kamehameha. I always imitate the Spirit Gun as a kid, and of course, the main cast of characters. The characters are very entertaining. They're all freaking special and unique in their own rights, especially the main cast and the main character, Yusuke. Yusuke Urameshi is totally different from most main shonen characters. He's not, well, he is kind of naive and stupid, but he's not like Luffy stupid or Naruto naive. He is kind of, but not that bad. But he also does like to fight a lot too. But okay, now that's kind of a contradiction. But basically, he's not like most shonen characters because he just is super nonchalant. He does not care. He does whatever the hell he wants. I mean, he's a badass. Literally, he's a badass. I mean, he's a thug. You start the series off with him beating up kids and stuff like that on his free time. So he's a bad kid, but he's just very likable. He has that charisma to him that you just instantly like this character. He's funny. He's very sarcastic. He does whatever he wants. Now, it basically starts off with, of course, Yusuke dying, and he has to go through these trials and tribulations to get his body back. And once he gets his body back, he realizes that he's forced to become the spirit detective of Earth. So now he has to go around killing and fighting demons and protecting humans that he doesn't really care for. So it's really nuts because he really doesn't want to do it, but that's his job as a spirit detective. And that's like the first arc. He basically is just fighting demons. Then we get into the, of course, the Dark Tournament arc, which is one of the most iconic shonen arcs ever, and still to this day my all-time favorite shonen arc, tournament arc at least, because it's just flawless. So next up we have Kuwabara, who's his best friend. Kuwabara is another character that stood out for me when I was a kid because he was so funny. I mean, when I was a kid, he was just funny as hell. But as I grew up, of course, became a teenager and watched it again, then his character development slays everybody in the entire series combined practically. His character development is so well done. I think the writers did a great job for his character development. Of course, Togashi himself did it too. But Kuwabara is so likable. He actually has like some of the most fans because he's just so funny. He's like your typical American guy. He likes hamburgers. He does whatever he wants. He's very cool. He's very funny, and he's also kind of a bully. I mean, to start things off, he was a bully, but he's actually very kind. And like I said, his character development. One moment that stuck out for me out of all the comic relief moments he had was actually one of his character development moments when a certain character dies halfway through the series, and it's one of the main characters, and he like rethinks of all the flashbacks and all the moments where he had you know, character dynamics with this character. I don't want to spoil who the character dies is, but you guys know who it is. But basically, the moment is so freaking emotional. It's so amazing. It's one of my favorite anime moments of all time because Kuwabara is just so awesome. His development was amazing. Next up, we have Hiei, who's supposed to be the signature badass of the series. Like Vegeta of Dragon Ball Z, he kind of seems like an anti kind of character, very not really willing to be a hero, even though you could tell he's a hero at the end of the day, but he still wants to do things his own way. He's a demon, and he has one of the most iconic anime powers of all anime series. It's basically the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, where you can summon like the dragon flames of hell to the material world and create this gigantic dragon that just consumes everything in its path, and it basically cannot be stopped. So it's pretty much like an end-all type of technique where he just slays everything. So Hiei definitely, he's just a signature badass. I mean, he has all those one-liners that just makes you crack up. Him and his relationship with Kuwabara, they kind of hate each other, but they always go back and have some of the funniest dialogue in the entire series, so that's one thing that always sticks out in my mind. Hiei definitely is a great character, especially for those. He's very funny, even though he's not supposed to be comic relief. He gives you some funny moments, and also his fights are the most I mean, ask anybody, all of Hiei's fights, he's kind of like the Sasuke of Yu Yu Hakusho. You know how Sasuke gets all the good fights in Naruto? No matter what, you could hate the character, but he gets all the good fights. Hiei gets all the good fights, in my opinion. And then finally, the last main character that I want to talk about is Kurama. Kurama definitely stands out because he's like the cool, calm, collective character, but he's so freaking badass. Like, I never met someone who's just like calm, but they're like one of the most badass characters out there because he just doesn't care. He does whatever he feels like it, but he does it maturely, intellectually. I mean, he's kind of like a Shikamaru type of character, just very smart, intellectual, but, you know, he gets things done. He's awesome. I mean, I love, actually, when I was first watching it, Yusuke and Kurama used to be my favorite characters just because their characters were just very entertaining and appealing. Well, nowadays, all four of them are just my favorite because they're all unique in their own ways. And I didn't even get into the plot, but like I said, I don't want to do like a full review or anything. I just want to talk about moments. And for this nostalgic rush, definitely character moments that stood out for me. The comedy, the comic relief was just hilarious. Kuwabara and Hiei's dialogue is just great. I love the spirit gun. Of course, the action and animation, especially for its time, was pretty awesome in my opinion. I mean, when I was watching it, it looked like, wow, my eyes were glued to the screen. So Yu Yu Hakusho is still a staple anime. I don't ever want them to do like some bullcrap Dragon Ball Z type of re-releases. I think they should stay like this, or Blu-ray, which they have out already. So it doesn't need to go on anymore. I think it's a perfect series. It's only 112 episodes. It's one of the most complete shonens in my opinion, still to this day. It's up there with Fullmetal Alchemist in my opinion. But what are your guys' thoughts? Leave me in the comment section below. What are some nostalgic animes that you got into while growing up? I know we're going to see a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop type of stuff, but you know, it doesn't matter. If that's what you got into when you were younger, then that's cool. But of course, let us know in the comment section. Give us a thumbs up for this nostalgic rush, guys. We'll have more of these for each member eventually. We'll get through all the members' nostalgic rushes. Well, what are your guys' thoughts? And also, look forward to the new thing that I'm going to do at the end of each of Green Clan members or Green Clan videos, where I talk about our individual activities that are, you know, very unique or special on our own channels, as well as things we're working on right now, like our manga tournament that's starting up. So that's all I got for you guys today. The Green Flash here on the Green Clan Studios. We go balls deep, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.